Hi everyone! Welcome to another series of our bariatric cooking classes. Today I'm bringing you a recipe from one of our patients. Her name is Bobby Scott. You've probably seen her post on our Facebook group. Thank you, Bobby, for sharing the recipe. We're making her own curry, cauliflower, and broccoli rice. So let me tell you the ingredients that I have here. The first thing that I did was I took a small to medium head of cauliflower and broccoli. I riced it on the food processor. So I just pulsed it a couple of times until I developed a texture that I thought was appropriate for cauliflower rice. There are some pieces that are a little bit big, but that's okay. I don't mind it. That's gonna give it a little bit more texture instead of being on the softer side. I did a whole head of cauliflower, and then the head of the broccoli, I only used the tops. Over here, I have the ingredients that we're gonna use to cook it. 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, 1 tablespoon of curry powder, and Bobby said make sure it's a good quality curry powder. Bobby, if you can add in the comments what's the brand or put a picture of the brand that you use so that our patients can know. Here I've got 1 teaspoon of turmeric and 1 teaspoon of coriander. I have a little less than a 1/4 cup of golden raisins, some roasted pumpkin seeds. These are salted, but you could do unsalted as well. 1 teaspoon of lime juice and the zest of that lime, and 3/4 of a cup of unsweetened coconut milk. Okay, so I've got the stove top, a big skillet heating up at medium heat. So let's go around this way so that we can get started with the cooking process. Now that the skillet is hot at medium heat, I'm gonna add the 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna mix the olive oil and the spices together, and we're gonna wait for it to bloom. And bloom is the term. It's gonna start producing some bubbles, and that's gonna really enhance and bring up the flavors of the spices that we're adding to it. So add the olive oil. There's a little bit of water, that's why it's making that noise. I should have dried the container before I started. I'm gonna add the curry powder, turmeric and coriander. Mix that all together. Like I said, this step really brings up the flavor of the spices, so this is really an important step in the process. You want to cook it for maybe about a minute. Okay, now it's been cooking for about a minute, and I'm gonna add the cauliflower and broccoli rice. So I tossed it a little bit, and then I'm gonna add the 3/4 of a cup of coconut milk. At this point, you could add a pinch of salt and pepper if you want it, based on your taste. Bobby said she likes it without adding any salt and pepper, so I'm just gonna follow it exactly the way that she does. But when it comes to salt and pepper, that really is to taste. So you just taste and then adjust if necessary. Now we're gonna let it cook for 5 minutes. Or about until it reaches the consistency that you like. We don't want it to be too soft. We still want it to have some texture. So about 5 minutes or less. It's been exactly 5 minutes. I tossed it about 1 or 2 times throughout the cooking process. Now I'm gonna remove it from the heat because I really don't want to cook it any further. And I'm gonna add the rest of the ingredients. So I'm gonna add the lime juice and lime zest. I'm gonna use my fingers because I really want all of that in there. There we go. Hands are clean. Raisins. Pepitas. And now I'm gonna bring it to the island to have it served. Okay, I tasted it, and for my taste, I would like a little bit of salt, just a pinch of it, just to bring up the flavors a little bit on it. This is a lot of cauliflower, so I'm gonna do 2 pinches here. Stir that together. And now it's ready to serve. So I have my clean plate here. I'm gonna grab a little bit of the cauliflower and broccoli, put that on the plate. And then for toppings and garnish, we have some Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt made with 2% milk. So I'm gonna put a dollop of that next to it. I've got some cut limes from the leftover lime on the recipe. Top that off with lime. And then a little bit of cilantro, or a lot of cilantro. There you go. And that's it. Ready to eat. I hope you enjoy. Again, Bobby, thank you so much for the recipe. Anyone else that would like to share recipes, I'd be more than open to showcase those here in our monthly cooking videos. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy. Bye-bye.